It's dangerous. It is appalling. I am angry, but I'm also committed. We know that Georgia has, our population is 33% African American. And as you pointed out, black women face 3 times higher maternal mortality rate than their white counterparts. For Hispanic women, it's nearly the same. And we have 2 of the largest populations in the state. We also are ranked near the bottom in terms of access to health care. We are number 2 in the number of uninsured. We have a very broken healthcare system. We have refused to expand Medicaid. Our maternal mortality rates are extraordinary. We are number 6 in terms of infant mortality. And what all of this means is that we have a healthcare system that is not equipped to do the very job it should do. And now we're going to add additional pressure by not only denying women access to medical care, but we're also going to criminalize and prosecute doctors for providing that care. That is setting up a situation where Georgia becomes dangerous for women, and that is untenable. I was very much on the side of anti-abortion through much of my upbringing. I grew up in Mississippi in a very religious family, in a religious community, and I was raised to have a very uncritical eye to this question. Once I started really thinking about what it meant, and more importantly, when I had a friend who had to confront the very real consequences of an unwanted pregnancy, and I wasn't able to be of any help to her, I had to reevaluate where I stood. I understand the sincere concerns, but those are religious concerns or often concerns driven by personal morality, and that should be your choice. But abortion is a medical issue. It is about a medical decision, and there is no place in that medical decision for ideology or for politicians. And so the question of what we should do, politics is about how we make choices in a democracy. And in our country, and as of today, that choice has to be made by the governors in each of our states. The governor of Georgia has already said he does not care about women and their bodily autonomy. He does not care about their health, because he not only has already adopted and signed into law the most restrictive abortion law in Georgia's history, with the constrictions at 6 weeks, he has said in interviews that he also supports eliminating access for incest and rape. This is someone who cannot be trusted to simply stop at the water's edge. He is going to go further and further, and anyone who doubts it simply has to listen to his words. For women in Georgia, especially women of color in Georgia, Brian Kemp is dangerous. He does not intend to protect women or their bodies, and worse, he does not intend to provide them with the health care they need. He refuses to expand Medicaid, although we can afford it. He refuses to do what's right for the women of Georgia. This is the same man who claims to care about women and children, who was throwing away thousands of canisters of baby formula as recently as a month ago, because he does not care what happens after birth. He does not care about what happens to our communities. And I would dare anyone to look at his record and to look at his rhetoric and tell me how this is someone who should be in charge of the lives of women in the state of Georgia.